Hello YouTube and welcome back to Allie's Wonderland Creations. I am Alice Seraphin and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. Well, I'm still on my paper pumpkin videos. This is alternative number 6 for October 2022. Ho ho ho. We are going to case the flyer for the add-on gift bag using products from the kit. So, before we go into what was in the kit or anything, I want to advertise kind of for my Christmas card exchange 2022. If you're interested, email me at aliceseraphin1969@gmail.com by November 25th, and I'll email you back a list of participants with their addresses on November 28th. The only rule is it has to be a handmade card. Any product of paper products is welcome. This is the instruction flyer for the Paper Pumpkin Kit this month, and I have yet to do one, you know this. So this is the North Pole add-on sack, and I am going to case this. Casing it just means I'm using the layout, and some of the elements are not the same at all. Let me show you my version of it, which I think is so feminine, so pretty. So we are going to make the bow bearer though. And these little snowflakes, I had them like 5-6 years ago. I have a little bag of them in my stuff, and I'm like, oh, let's go ahead and use them. Any snowflakes will do. You can use the one from the kit. I'm trying to find my other little snowflake. Stampin' Up! Had this little tiny snowflake punch. That would work too. And it's retired. So let's get on with what you are going to need for this project. So I'm using some white seam binding, crinkled seam binding ribbon. We are going to dye this. Now, I don't want to pick it up. Let me see if I can get it with some tweezers. I made the mistake and tried to, let me see if I can pick this thing up. This is extremely saturated. I used the Sweet Sorbet. I was trying to get that pink color, and I held it on the ink pad and I ran it like this, and too much ink is on this. I do not like that darkness. So we are not using that one. I have me a new piece. And this is how we're going to do this. So let me bring this, I wonder if I can flip it this way. Is there any part of this that is not? All right. We are going to go this way so you can see what I'm doing. This piece of ribbon is, I wanted to say it's 7.5 inches long. I know I'm going to be trimming it. I have an old sponge. You can use a sponge dauber. It's just this was handy and on my desk and in reach of me doing this. So I'm dabbing it in my ink pad, dabbing off a bit, and I'm just brushing it now on the ribbon because I don't want to get too dark, okay? So I'm lightly brushing that on there. I want to get that pale, not pale pink, but that pink that is in this piece of DSP. You can see my fingerprints got on there. But so we're gonna go over that way. Gonna move it forward. By how my fingerprints got on everything. And pull it. Ooh, a little too dark. I'm gonna flip it over because I want it on both sides, but I don't want to saturate it. Just tie in my ribbon. That looks really good to me. So we're done with that Sweet Sorbet. It's done its job. I'm going to use some hand sanitizer now for a minute. Need to bring in another bottle from the house. And I'm going to move my ribbon aside for the moment. And then I'm going to close that up because I don't want any of that on here. My paper may just have had it. So let's go over the pieces you're going to need. This is from the envelope, and I meant to get that out, hold on, of my box. Because I believe most of you or if you're new to my channel, to see how I cut up, this is the envelope. I'm going to go ahead and cut one up for you since I know I'll be using it for this purpose. So, how I go about using the envelope in the kit. Let's move that sweet sorbet sponge. I am going to take a bit off, and if you guys have seen me do this already, this is for those who haven't. I am taking a very thin sliver, that much, off of each side of this envelope. That way I can open it up. Okay, real tiny piece. I open it up like so. Now, what I do is I use that fold line, stick it in here, and I'm going to cut right there. So there's one piece. You can see this is from the other envelope. Next, I took it in and I creased the envelope flap. And I'm putting that crease in my guillotine or trimmer, cutting it, and there's my other piece. So all of these I'm not using. Now I've got 2 out of this and then some. This is a 2-inch, so I cut it at 2. This is 2 by 4 1/4. That's just a, now it is 4 1/4. It just needed a little shave. So that is how I cut up my envelopes and how we got our banner. So our banner is 2, it says 4 1/4, 4 1/2, but it's 4 1/4. So our circles, I used the layering circle dies, and you will recognize one of my layering circle dies that goes over here is missing. Yes, my grandson in his wisdom cut it in half. Don't know why, but he did. I found it out buried in the yard when I was moving dirt this summer. Like, I've been missing that for a long time, Hank. So our layering circle die, 2 1/2-inch circle, which was, you can see this one, and that line is right at 2 1/2. And then I came in with the scalloped circle, which was this one, and that was 2 inches. So that is how I got my measurements. Let me move those. I might actually need those again. So now let's make our banner. So we want to get this in the center because it's 1 inch. So I just looked on my grid and this is 1 inch. So I am going to go up to where I think I want it. And then I'm going to, it's kind of hard to see, I'm going to put my scissors right to there. Then I'm going to go through the other side, right there. And I made myself a little flag at the end of my banner. So next we're going to do some stamping. And on our 2-inch scallop circle, and this little piece here is from our kit. This is a 1/2 inch by 2 1/16. We are going to stamp in that cherry cobbler. You can see all the ink on my hands. I've been working in my stamp room getting ready for my craft show, which is November 11th and 12th at the Silverdale United Methodist Church. So we're stamping Mary. If you're in the area, step on in and come see me to talk with you, see what you guys are doing and how you are enjoying the non-COVID restriction holiday, hopefully. So, you know, I like to turn these sideways when I stamp them on camera. This is Christmas. Okay, this is going to be a little difficult for me, guys. I gotta stand up and look if I can. Yeah, I'm quiet. I'm anxious to see if this one comes out. I don't have another one out. Oh, yes. Perfect. All right. That works. So we're closing up this cherry cobbler. We don't want any more catastrophes happening. And we're going to break open the Bermuda Bay and bring in our little snowflake from the kit. So I'm going to bring it like this. And we're going to do some first generation stamping right here. And another first generation stamping there. And one right there. Now we're going to do second generation, which means we're just stamping off. And we're going to come here. Stamp off, and we're going to come here, stamp off, and we're here. Now we're going to do thirds. So stamp off twice, and we're going there. Stamp off twice, and we're there. We're just filling in with snowflakes galore. Now fourth. Now I'm just stamping it in there, making a nice pretty background. So let's get this, let's get this together, right? So we're going to glue this down. Oh, that is a still saturated piece of ribbon. All right, so we're going to add. And I know some of you are like, oh my gosh, she's gluing on top of her piece. Yep, I am. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Okay. If I drop it on there, it might bother me. Now, to line this up, is there a trick? You can see. Let me bring the camera down. Okay, you may not get everything in view. You're going to see that this has a break in the pattern of this snowflake image. That is my line up guide. So right there is where I want it. And it lays down beautifully. Next, we're going to do our Bermuda Bay. I can get the glue to come out of the bottle. Now, you're going to see in our flyer right here how it's off. So, there we go. Got Bermuda Bay there. God, that's on me. Ugh. That's where Christmas is going to have to be. We might have to put something there. I've got ink everywhere. It just happens. So, next is our Mary, and we're going to use some dimensionals on this. I'm only going to use 3. 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3. And yes, this was a different piece of cardstock. It was from a project I have yet to video. But I have it prepped. I just need my grandson to be at school while I do that, because it's going to be a 2-stepper. So here is our Mary. Now our Christmas. Can we get it in there? Well, we might have to put a snowflake or something right there. Yeah, we can manage this. So we're going to put Christmas right here, and we're going to need a mini. And where did the minis disappear to? They were just right here, Ivy. Oh, that's okay. We'll make a mini. Yeah, we will make our own mini right here. So we just need that little bit, and we need it by the S of Christmas. Take that off. And we can add some glue here, here, and here. And we are going to pop that right there. Excellent. So next we need our ribbon. So let me bring in my bow maker. So here you go. Wow. Definitely need to adjust the camera height now. Okay. You don't need to be that close. So don't need to go buy one. You can have somebody make one. It's just a simple, this is a 2x6 and it has some dowels from the dollar store that you didn't even have to cut. And my husband just drilled some holes and there it is. So there is our bow. Let's bring our project. We need a glue dot. Yes, we do. So I'm going to could put our bow there, but I like it over here. So we're going to mount that right there. So beautiful. Love this. Absolutely love this. So we're going to trim our ribbon. And I'm just going to do these square because last time I got them too short. Now to embellish. Well, let's see what we can do. I told you, here are those snowflakes. Those would have been cute. Do I have 3 of them is the question. I don't think so. So let's see. We're going to need one to cover our boo-boo. So that one is going to go there. So this little one can go on another project. 2 and 3. Okay, perfect. Let's put those back in their little baggie. I'll go back into my behind me with the rest of my stuff. We're going to start with our snowflake to cover our boo-boo. And these are notoriously hard to deal with, these little snowflakes. I will never buy them again, but I'm going to use them while I have them. They were an online purchase. Don't ask me where they're from because I really don't know. Let's see. I'm going to use my reverse tweezers here. Yes. They don't like to stick, not with the glue dot. So that's what I mean. They're just notoriously hard to get to where you want them. Let's stick another one right there. And our last one, we need the center out of it. Handy dandy, these little reverse tweezers. My daughter bought me these about 5 years ago. I had just started crafting again when my mother was murdered, and I didn't stop. She told me when she came to see me that I should get back into doing what I love, and I am. So that, it could, you know what, the only thing this is missing is a little bit of bling. So let's see what we have. We have the opal rounds I just found, but I think these would be best. Oh, those are pretty too. But we are going to use just some basic rhinestones on this. And we're going to use the little ones. If I can find the Hundy Dundy needle. So let's see. Yes, it really needed that little bit more. So we put this away, and y'all know I will do another video on another bag and show you what I'm putting in them. I just wanted to give you an idea. This was purposely for casing Oh, I will have to put my rhinestones. Yikes, that one got off of where it should be. It may not stay there now. Don't know why it doesn't want to. So, purpose of this video was to show you me casing the flyer right here. You don't have to have all the extra stamps that. I love how these must be a die to the mistletoe dies, which I don't have that. But I do have these, and I think it works out beautifully, and I hope you agree. And if you do, would you let me know? Let me know what you think of it, and if you're going to purchase your add-on bags. And I will see you again in my Wonderland. Bye-bye now.